Welcome in along with Mike Renner. I'm Steve Palazzolo, and this is your Indianapolis Colts NFL Draft Recap, all powered by PFF Edge and Elite. Mike, one of the more fascinating drafts with the Colts. They trade out of the first round. 3 second-round picks after last year having 4 second-round picks. I love what they're doing as far as stocking up on picks, and we've talked about it quite a bit here. They certainly have a style of player that they've been attacking with these last 2 drafts.
Yeah, they attack long athletes. That defense allows their linebackers, safeties, cornerbacks to play fast. You are spot dropping, you're getting to a spot on the defense, and you are looking at the quarterback and reacting purely. You're not reading a lot of routes. It doesn't take a lot of thought. You're purely a reaction and how quick you can get from point A to point B. And with these long arms, you can cover more ground and break up more passes if you're a long linebacker or cornerback. And so that's what they still targeted in this draft.
So let's get to the players. Rocky Ya-Sin, the first pick for the Colts at 34 overall. A guy we had as more of a third-round type of prospect. When you talk about fit, though, you know, this fits for Rocky Ya-Sin, his skill set. Also, a lot of people had him rumored to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 20 overall. He ends up at 34. I think the Colts are happy with that selection.
Yeah, he's a dog at the line of scrimmage, going to get in your face as a wide receiver. A lot of press there in that Colts scheme. He is going to be effective in that role. I worried about his mirror ability down the field, being able to stick with quicker wide receivers. It's not an issue in that defense. That's not something that you're necessarily asked to do a ton of in that Colts defense. He just gets to, like I said, react, and in that his instincts are as good as it gets for the position, so a perfect scheme fit for them.
The number 49 overall pick was Ben Banigou from TCU, edge defender. Bit of a project at this point, but again, it fits the mold of what the Colts are looking for here.
Freakishly athletic, has as much athletic tools as any of the edges in this draft class, had a broad jump over 11 feet. And just he talked to us in this pre-draft process, said we didn't learn a lot of pass rush moves at TCU. It was scheme over us rushing the passer, and you saw it on tape. He's stunting, he's doing a lot of different things. He rarely gets to go one-on-one, and so there's a lot of raw tools to work with there. A little bit of a project, maybe not an impact guy year one, but with as much athleticism that he has, I'll bet on guys taking a little bit of a jump there going in the NFL.
Colts have taken a lot of shots at edge defender the last couple of years. We'll see how Banigou fits in. Paris Campbell is the 3rd second-round pick. I think the expectations just need to be properly set for a guy that has good size and 4.3 speed. He's not necessarily a pure deep threat just yet, but if you get the ball to him in space, that straight line speed really does come into play like it did at Ohio State.
Yeah, this one is probably my least favorite of their top 4 or 5 picks there, just because I'm not sure how he fits into that offense. He's very, in my mind, redundant with T.Y. Hilton in that his best role is from the slot there, playing outside. I just don't see him being your true, move receiver, your guy you're going to plug and play on the outside of your offense. So I just think he's too limited at the moment. Now there's a lot of raw tools again to work with, but I don't see him being a number 2 receiver in that Colts offense.
Rounds 3, 4, and 5, all linebackers and safety. Bobby Okereke, Kerry Willis, Marvell Tell, the safeties. I mean, who do you like out of this class? How do you think they fit in with what the Colts are doing?
Yeah, Okereke, longest arms of any of the off-ball linebackers in this class. Very reminiscent of Darius Leonard a season ago, and so I think he's going to plug and play right there next to Leonard, and they're going to be able to cover a lot of ground just purely with those wingspans. And then Marvell Tell, a similar guy. I even project to possibly move to cornerback in that defense with how fluid his hips are, how athletic he is, and how long he is. 32-inch arms there for the USC safety. Had a ridiculous 3-cone, and he makes some plays in his short area quickness on tape that are special. I think that's going to come in handy in that Colts defense.
The only other day 3 guy that really stood out to me, Jackson Barton, a monster offensive tackle out of Utah, showed pretty well in must-pass situations, so to speak. So when he had to face guys coming after him in the Pac-12, he did pretty well. So a solid overall draft for the Indianapolis Colts. They have their style, and I love that they're just stocking up on draft picks over these last 2 years. It's your Indianapolis Colts NFL Draft Recap, all powered by PFF Edge and Elite.